So Marlene bald-headed ass son Martell is down in Huntsville copping pleas with Marsau trying to get him to forgive and forget. I'm like, after you brung Harry Hines on here, said Tisha was sleeping in the back of a Buick with one of your homeboys, just all kind of stuff. I guess, y'all. So we're going to talk about what's going to go down on Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight. Draya got caught blink getting into it with her little young multimillionaire tender Jalen last night, but she posted something today like they back together. We gonna talk about it because it's something to talk about. And then of course we gonna talk about Ready to Love last night. The last night was the finale. Man, I could have had a VA. It was okay, but the reunion trailer looked good. And we also have to talk about Tommy trying to coach Tate into some struggle love with a 40-year-old man who mama don't even fuck with him, and he ain't got no car, and he renting a room. And then on top of that, Cisco, he got a lot to say on the internet, and I don't even think they're together, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Anyway, so welcome back, friend. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all had a great day. I know I didn't post yesterday, but I needed a day of rest, child. I had a lot going on. Anyway, so get you a little cocktail, get you a little, I don't know if you're finna go to brunch. I gotta run some errands. I might stop and have lunch. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my day. I literally need to go to the gym, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Drop down in the comments. I don't know about going live after Love and Marriage Huntsville. We'll see. I might talk to y'all tonight. I might talk to y'all tomorrow because I still need to do my hair. Anyway, so first, before we get into all of the messy, tacky tea, I just ran across this story about Brian, an anchor for Fox News. They were talking about homelessness, the issue with homelessness in the United States. And instead of talking about the administration firing people, trying to get affordable housing, what happened to you putting a cap on this rent? Instead of that, he was like, maybe we should do involuntary manslaughter or unalive them. Girl, I'm going to let y'all see the clip because I couldn't believe it. I was like, he just said that? I don't know. A lot of people are calling for him to be fired immediately. I mean, when did it become okay for us to just talk about unaliving people instead of helping people? Listen to this, friend.
Case, but this is happening all across the country, and it's not a money issue. They have given billions of.
So the fact that he said it's not a money issue is a problem for me. It's obviously a money issue if these people don't have access to basic necessities to live. I don't know. Let's go.
This is one case, but this is happening all across the country, and it's not a money issue. They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be.
So they're saying, hey, you either go to these shelters or these facilities, do the programs, clean up, or go to jail. And they only want you to go to jail because, let's be clear, these jails are private institutions, and a lot of these men involved in politics and government officials, they getting a cut from these jails.
You know,
or involuntary lethal injection or something.
This man said, or involuntary legal injection.
Kill him.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
Right. Just kill him.
Yeah, Brian.
Injection or something. Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill him.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
Right. I would say this: we're not voting for the right people. And
this is one.
I will agree with him on we not voting for the right people. And the fact that somebody can say that on national TV and it's not an issue. And notice the lady didn't flinch either. She didn't say, because if he would have said that next to me, I would have gasped. Like, what did you just say? What if that was one of your family members that couldn't find a place to stay? Or what if it's a lot of veterans that are homeless? I don't know. It's a lot of different variations. I never talk about homeless people because you never know what situation you will end up in from day to day, especially with today's society. Child, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. A person could lose their job and don't even have a month or two worth of finances to, sustain their lifestyle, especially with rent. My rent is high, baby. Exactly. I'm gonna be literally on Skid Row. Anyway, so tell me what y'all think about that. Do y'all think that reporter needs to be fired for saying something like that? That was like way past crass. I don't know how Fox News gets away with all of the things that they say, but that's just, it's just another thing for the docket. Anyway, okay, so let's on the brighter side of things, let's talk about Draya ass, and then we're gonna talk about Clarissa. So apparently Draya was out with her little man babe last night, and they were caught leaving the club. Some people at the club said that Draya was lit. She was getting litty. To me, this seems like a toxic couple drunk after the club. Maybe because I've been in the back seat on my way to White Castles with a toxic couple and then watched them fight back and forth. So I didn't really flinch, but it's made the blogs, it's made the news. And I think a lot of the reason it has is because Draya gets a lot of backlash because of their age difference. I believe Draya is like 40 or 41 or something, and her boyfriend is 23. And for those of y'all who don't know, her boyfriend, his name is Jalen Green. He's a famous athlete. He's worth like millions. Okay, so it says, yikes, Draya Michelle and Jalen Green get into an altercation during New York Fashion Week, had to be separated from each other. He said, I punched the shit out of you, bitch. Now that's crossing the line. Now, first of all, it's Draya's fault. If you look closely, it's Draya's fault. Draya is the one running after him, trying to fight him. The friends are trying to give Draya some kind of attack. Draya a little ghetto right now. I'm sorry. It's like ghetto. And you see, he talked, but he said, I punched the shit out of you. So according to Daily Mail, Draya, 40, and Jalen, 23, got into it outside of a prestigious event at the Manor Hotel in Soho around 2:00 a.m. They're seen on video going back and forth after Draya confronts him. Jalen turns around and seemingly threatens to punch Draya before the two are separated by friends. Stop. Everybody going to get in trouble. Everybody forgive each other, one of the friends said. Now, Draya posted this today. I guess that's to say, hey, me and my man are back together. So Draya just posted. He does look very young. Now, when I be on here talking to y'all about men and YNs, I be talking about men in their 30s. This young man, 23, is, my nephew's that age. I don't know about a 23-year-old. Like, what, you want some Rice Krispie treats? You know what I'm saying? Like, he eat Rice Krispie treats and drink Four Locos. I don't know, but he raising them up as a child should be raised. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about Draya and her 23-year-old. I don't like to discuss like they age difference and stuff now, because at this point, she got a baby by him. They locked in regardless, and obviously he loved it there. I'm sorry. From what I've heard, and I don't know this to be true. All I know is about myself. But the young guys that I talk to or I be knowing and stuff, they said they like older women because the older women got that. They got that cougar coochie. Exactly. And apparently the cougar coochie be getting the young boys. So I'm not sure if Draya didn't put it on them, but it's giving toxic. It's giving toxic. I don't know if that's a drawback of talking to younger dudes. I will say that to me, and some girls think this cute, but I don't think this is cute. Remember I told y'all this about the little young one from the gym? Them young guys, they be toxic as hell. They be ready to fight. come to your house, come to your job. You ain't gonna stop fucking with me. Like, I ain't got time for all of it. I'm scary. I talk a lot of shit, but I'm scary. I'm not gonna be out in no street in Soho at 2:00 in the morning fighting your ass. Like, no, that's too ghetto for me. And Draya, girl, you got the strength of 1,000 women to be fighting at 40 with a 23-year-old during New York Fashion Week at 2:00 in the morning. No, you're not finna embarrass me. I don't give a fuck about you. Exactly. And at this point, you got one of his babies. If you just in it for the money, go take your child support and get the fuck out of here. I don't know, Draya. You got a lot going on, friend. Anyway, so fuck Draya. So in happier news, I don't know if we should say happy, but Papoose recently did an interview and was talking about Claressa. And he had a lot of nice things to say about her. He said Claressa was one of the best things that ever happened in his life. Now, y'all know immediately. I was like, of course, she's the best thing that happened to your life because now you're relevant. Now you get more checks. You have the most popularity. This is the most we've talked about Papoose, and Papoose has been in the blogs since Remy got out of jail. Literally. Nobody was checking for Papoose. I'm assuming once he got that hair transplant, got his jewelry up out the pawn shop, you know what I'm saying, got his clothes out of Remy's house. Now he's just getting a lot of clout because Claressa is all over the internet. And of course, we didn't even know who the fuck Claressa was until Remy exposed that they was fucking with each other. Remy is literally y'all lifeline. But I digress. Anyway, so nevertheless, Papoose said she was one of the best things that ever happened to his life. He said she was beautiful, smart, that she laughs at people. She don't really care a lot how people think. She just be laughing. And he said people really be mad at her because she can run circles around people. She said, he was like, she can knock niggas out. She can do TikTok dances. She can rap. Now, I heard Claressa rap. I heard Claressa freestyling, child. Did y'all see the freestyle from Claressa? Immediately when I saw the freestyle, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I was thinking is like, girl, you want to be Remy so bad. And I'm sorry, Papoose, if you claim you wrote for Remy, why didn't you write Claressa stuff? I don't understand. I don't know. Hold on a second. Let's pull up Claressa's freestyle and we gonna rate it. Tell me. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I seen one of Claressa's freestyles on YouTube and I liked it. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up real quick. Anyway, so I ain't gonna lie. On first take listening to what Papoose said, I was like, no wonder she's the best thing that came into your life because you are using her. So that's my initial reaction. But on the other hand, I mean, I thought it was sweet that he had a lot of nice things to say about her. I still feel like he's in it for the long run. Mr. Black Love. They also did an interview just the other day on Tamron Hall. They posted a clip. And in the clip, Claressa said that he sent her a video in 2020. Papoose DM'd her a video in 2020. So, Papoose, you was married to Remy, DMing Claressa. She said it was about boxing, but still, girl, I just don't think Papoose is a good guy. Okay, so Ray Claressa freestyle. This is her side gig as a rapper, child.
This is soft. Yeah.
Hold on, sidebar. I love this color on her. She looks gorgeous with this damn color. This is the color that I want. I've been trying to get it, but it's so hard to find a good wig.
This is soft. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. 90K on my wrist. I'm only getting richer after taxes. Yeah, almost 6 figures. Property owner. I went and bought a building just to stack my money from the floor to the ceiling. Came up rough, couldn't afford no dinner. The water was dirty, drank from the Flint River. Ain't forget where I came from, I always remember. I buy what I want now, cause I'm a big spender. Beneficial. Fuck them if they win.
Beneficial. Fuck a nigga.
Against you. You good by yourself, you don't need some bitches with you. They playing both sides while you think they in the middle. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Bigger house, better car, still winning. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Meal ticket, long live the champ, I'm built different.
I don't like that she said meal ticket. I don't want her to be nobody meal ticket. Specifically, Papoose. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about Clarissa the rapper. I will say beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. Her face was beat. The hair is tea. I don't know about the fur foo-foo thing, but exactly. Clarissa looked the fuck good. I still think she want to be Remy. And Papoose, why was you sending her videos in 2020 while you was laid up in Remy's house that she had to pay for? Because she said you weren't paying the damn bills. The only thing that was in your name was the utilities. Child, don't get me started. Anyway, speaking of ninjas with no hair, let's roll on down to Love and Marriage Huntsville real quick. Let's roll on down to Huntsville real quick. So the episode airs tonight. I'm not sure if it's going to be the mid-season finale. That's what the blogs were reporting, but Carlos King said that was a lie. I hope they don't take another break because I might tap out, friend. It might be over for me. Exactly. So in the new clip, Martell is sitting down with Marsau because I told y'all from the little synopsis of the episode that Maurice got Marsau and Martell to sit down. They in some sort of bald head, toxic ass brotherhood. I'm sick of the Three Stooges, basically. Anyway, so they get together, child, and in the clip, you see Martell, he like putting his head down, he's sitting across from Marsau, he like, get over it, let's move on, so on. And Marsau like, no, I'm not getting over it, and I'm not gonna move on, just for the simple fact that I know your ass gonna do it again, and my hips cannot take that type of stress. I already went from a size 20 down to a size 18, my waist getting smaller, my wife getting better, I can't fuck with you, Martell. And Martell is like, oh, like he frustrated. I'm wondering, like, Martell, why are you pressed to get back in Marsau and them good grace? I feel like the only reason Martell is apologizing is because he knows that if he don't film with the Scotts, he don't have anybody else to film with outside of them except for Destiny. And Destiny ain't got no storyline. She ain't got no life. He can film with the Fletchers, but what do you have to talk about? He want to be in the boys club with Marsau and Maurice so he can film because you know they get paid per episode. So if Martell ain't on the episode, which he haven't been on a lot of the episodes, then you ain't got no money on. And we know you need that money on because you paying for Dandruff and her kids. And she still ain't got no car. You still need to put a down payment on the 2010 Nissan Altima for her. I don't know. We ain't gonna talk about that bitch. We ain't even gonna talk about that bitch today. Anyway, so I still don't. I don't think Marsau gonna go, but it's crazy that Martell is the one who came out with the interview, and now he's trying to get back in Marsau good graces. Carlos King must have told them that they need to be cool again. I don't know, child. Anyway, we also see a clip of Chris Fletcher talking to Martell. And Martell is telling him how he's moving Ariane and the kids into his investment property. And Chris Fletcher like, why are you moving this bird brain in if you don't plan on marrying her? He was like, you sound like Ken now. Poor muscle milk. Not Chris Fletcher over here shading you. Now, Chris Fletcher, if Ken asks you why you throwing shade, I don't want you to start backpedaling like you did about that NDA stuff. Because Chris Fletcher, you be saying some slick shit. And then when the dudes ask you about it, you try to act like mom's the word. Exactly. Anyway, so Martell asks, looking stupid, talking to Chris Fletcher about that. Love and Marriage Huntsville don't have a lot going on. And after speaking with some of the guys, I just don't think that a lot of these storylines are authentic, i.e. Destiny. Exactly. But I guess we'll see. I'm gonna still try to tune in. Depending on if I'm supposed to go out tonight or whatever. Depending on what happens, I might come and talk about it tonight. If the show is good, friend. Exactly. So speaking of good shows, let's talk about the Ready to Love reunion. I mean, not the reunion, but the finale. We did get the reunion trailer. We're gonna talk about the reunion trailer because I ain't gonna lie. The reunion trailer was better than the finale. The reunion trailer looked better than the finale, and it's gonna be a 2-part reunion. So I think the reunion gonna be good. And I talked to a few of the cast members. It's some tea. It's some tea behind this tea. So first and foremost, and I talked about this. Can we talk about Tommy? Can we talk about the host of Ready to Love, Tommy, trying to coach? So at the beginning of the episode, they're going to this little brunch mixer thing. And of course, Tay is still deep in love with Cisco, kissing all on him and doing all of the things. And at the end of the little brunch speech, because Tommy comes in there and he's telling them, hey, now you guys have to meet, the men have to meet the ladies' family and friends. And then towards the end of this speech, towards the end of that, out of the blue, Tommy gives this speech to Tay and Cisco about how when he got with his wife, he was down and out, and his wife had to bear the load of, everything, because he didn't have a car and stuff in a career. And he was like, and she stuck it through with me, and now she ain't gotta ask for nothing. I said, bitch, what the fuck? And then Cisco starts crying, and everybody like, no! I want the shot. I was like, no. I commented on the Instagram post, like, why are men always trying to coach women through some struggle love? No, and they only do that to Black women. The Caucasian girlies, even the Hispanic girlies, and I know because I'm friends with them, they family and friends are never trying to coach them through some struggle love with broke men. Never. I've never seen it, friend. Never, from any other race. So why is it that when they talk about Black women, you gotta be down for a nigga. I ain't gotta be down for shit, because we both of age where we should have our shit together. And if we don't, then you focus on you, and we can be platonic friends until you get it together, poo-poo. Because a man that really want to be with you, he gonna go out and he gonna get out in the field and do what it takes. And in the back of his mind, he gonna be like, I'm gonna get that girl. I'm gonna get my shit together for myself and because I want that woman. If you've been around real men, they'll tell you that. Anyway, I was so disappointed in Tommy. And I'm like, Tommy, that's cool, but Tommy is probably in his late 40s, maybe something like that. You act like you talking to a 20-year-old. And Cisco was like, yeah, and I like him, and that's why I call him Unc. Cisco is 40. That y'all about the same age. He a few years older than you. What are you talking about? It's a total different scenario. And that was your wife that stayed down. She just met him. Tay is young. She's a doctor of nursing. Girl, you are the top girl. It's amazing. And remember, if y'all didn't catch my interview with Kiara and Hussein, I think they kind of spoke on it, but they were trying to keep it cute because I'm sure they didn't want to beef with their cast members. But the caliber of men versus the caliber of women on the show was so unbalanced. It's not even funny. And it's kind of literally like that in a regular dating world. I see a lot of women who got their shit together, and then it's men who kind of struggling this shit, and y'all expectations too high. Damn, I just want somebody who got the same what I have, stability. You know what I'm saying? Girl, anyway, I ain't gonna judge nobody, but if Tommy would have said that to me, I would have threw a tomato clean at his face. Imagine if y'all seen that scene and Tommy was like, and she ain't gotta work for nothing. So stay down, my brother. All of a sudden a tomato came and hit Tommy dead in his face. Who is you talking to? And on one of the Instagram posts, Tay commented underneath it because somebody said, I could pull it up. Anyway, on the Ready to Love Instagram page, they posted what did you think about what Tommy had to say about Cisco and Tay? And Tay commented and was like, old Tommy with the laughing emojis, because I don't think Cisco and Tay are together to this day, but I digress. Okay, so let's talk. So they getting ready to meet the girls' family and stuff. So first of all, Hussein is supposed to meet with Angie's family, and Cam is supposed to meet with Angie's family. Hussein meets Angie prior to that, and he tells us that he's going to self-eliminate. He said that he likes Angie, but Angie wasn't going to be his top pick, so he didn't want to play in Angie's face, and he didn't want to play in her family face, knowing that she wasn't going to be his top pick. I loved that. I was like, I love the honesty. And come to find out, I assumed that he was sad about Rose. He regretted the fact that they eliminated Rose, and and that's why he didn't want to stay in the game and deal with Angie, because Rose was Hussein's top pick. Come to find out, he didn't know that they were going to eliminate Rose. So he felt bamboozled, and that's why he decided to leave. Exactly. So anyway, Angie continues on with her family. Her brother, his wife, and I believe, her sister? Anyway, so they meet Cam. I really loved her brother and his wife. I really loved the brother was everything. You could tell he knows Angie through and through. He was keeping it real with Angie too, because Cam kept bringing up the whole busting the windows out, or was it slashing the tires or busting the windows? It was busting the windows and stuff. And Angie kind of doubled down on it. And even the brother was like, are you ready for that? Can you deal with that? The brother's reaction let me know that that's Angie's personality, and it ain't gonna change. It was given, this my sister. If you're not ready for this roller coaster ride, then you don't need to talk to her, because shit might not change with her soon. And then Cam was like, yeah, he was a little apprehensive about it, like whatever. Cam gives me I'm the prize. The way he acts with Sahara and Angie gives I'm the prize, because I think she mentioned something about making her happy, and he was like, I already make you happy, or some shit like that. And it's just like, in every situation, it's given, how can she be the right girl for me, or cater to what I need, or be the type of girl that I want. And it's nothing on his side. He did say, I'm not perfect, I'm still working on myself. Cam kind of reminds me of the type of man who does things and then gets a foul reaction from the women and then kind of put it off on the women. A lot of projection and gaslighting. I don't know. It's something, I don't know. What I will say is that the energy that Cam has with Sahara and Angie, he didn't have that with Deandra. What's that girl name? The firefighter girl who went off on him at the beginning. He ain't had that same energy with her. With a certain type of confident woman, she not accepting that energy from Cam. I don't know. But then he got up and left. When he left, I like the fact that Angie's brother told her that some of the stuff that you say, it may run a man off, and you might be too much fire for him. And I think he was spot on when he said that. And I think that's what Cam thought, which is why he eventually chose Sahara. So then we get to Sahara. Cam meets Sahara's sister. This went left. First of all, I'm team Sahara this whole time, because they really played in Sahara's face, and I hope Sahara go in on everybody on a reunion. I hope she go in on Kiara. Love you, Kiara. I hope Sahara go in on you. I hope she go in on Jay for playing in her face, and damn show Cam. Because at the end, she just kept saying like, why don't you just say, if I'm the one, have you made a decision? He was like, I'm thinking on it. He was literally antagonizing her. You knew what she wanted you to say. Yes, I have picked a person. Yes. But you wanted to keep her on pins and needles and questioning and wondering, and wouldn't give her any type of reassurance. That was frustrating. And it's giving, I feel like Cam is smart enough to know that, and he likes that, because he likes to have power, or he likes to ruffle the girl's feathers. But then when a girl busts your windows out like, Angie, you gonna play the victim. No, motherfucker. Sahara was being patient with you, and she like, this is the day before eliminations. Have you made a decision? Am I your, number one? Da, da, da. And he still wouldn't give her that satisfaction. I couldn't deal with a person like that because that would frustrate me. And it's given that you don't mind that I'm frustrated. You like to see me in that state. He want to confuse the enemy, bitch. And I like the fact that when Sahara was talking to him, she was like, you can tell when she had enough. She was like, I won't ask you that question no more. No, trust me. When she was talking about how she wouldn't ask that question no more, I knew then and there Sahara was done with him. Like, nah, bitch. Even the sister, and they look alike too. Even the sister was like, what? Like, bitch, what? And then Cam caught an attitude and was like, yeah, man, I'm finna go. And then kind of playfully like hit her in the head and was like, get up and give me a hug. I would have punched him in his nuts. Sorry. I'm in a program. I'm working on myself. But nah, I don't think I could date a guy like him. That would frustrate me. And because I'm a volatile, spicy type of person like Angie, that would cause me to go ahead and curse your dumb ass out. Anyway, nevertheless, Jay meets with Kiara's friends. I think it was her cousins and stuff. I like Jay's personality. I like that Jay has values. When they asked him about the 50-50 situation, he was like, no, I was just always taught that I take care of all of that. My parents, when my dad come in the door, my mom just asked for the debit card, You can tell that a lot of men who were raised that way adopt those same values because that's what they seen growing up. So even when I'm approached with men about situations like that, that's how my stepdaddy was. And that's how I was raised. So I'm not even finna debate with you. Like, you know how well, I don't even want to, like, we don't even, this is not even a conversation because when you was raised like that and that's what you seen growing up, then you're not going to sign up for anything else. Like, I'm literally your helper. Like, I'm literally your helper, baby. Like, if you pay this shit, then I'll do everything else. It is what it is. Anyway, so the girlies was eating up everything about Jay. I didn't like the fact that the cousin was like, you flirt a lot, because they was talking about him on a trip with Sahara and rubbing her neck. And the cousin was like, see, because you just smiled and flirt. She was like, see, because you just smiled and you was flirting right then. It was given the cousin was trying to solicit the flirting. I would have slapped my cousin. I don't know, maybe because I'm toxic. One of my cousins then tried to, I don't know, y'all. Maybe that's personal. But to me, it seemed like the cousin was doing too much. I would have stopped my cousin. Like, bitch, do you want to talk to him? Do you want to suck his hand? Exactly, because last time I checked, you was just here to make sure he was a straight up man. I don't know about the cousin. They kind of threw me for a loop. Tay and Cisco, they went back and forth about the whole stability thing. Unless Cisco just really put it down on Tay, I still don't understand what's going on with her. Cisco ain't shit but some good looks. And we still don't know why his mama don't fuck with him. That was the biggest red flag. Not that he didn't have a car. And allegedly he not homeless. He rents a room from somebody in Philly. And he also said on his podcast, so he was on a podcast, Cam was on there, and Sahara was on there. Let me just show y'all. Because Tay and Cisco. So Tay chose Cisco. Cisco chose Tay or whatever in the end. But come to find out, I don't think they're together now. So let's go to Cisco page. Should I follow Cisco? Yeah, this my bootleg account. So
all black. Couple more times.
He's playing in Hoopers. Hoopers is that show with Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey gonna be in the show, so he'll be in this show with Cynthia.
Touch-ups and character loading. Bigs, Hoopers, Kyrie.
He looks better with the salt pepper.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in it.
So it says,
Bitch, you wasn't with.
The best revenge is none. Don't ever become like them. And this is the thing. I think he had some more stories on here, and I think it was kind of shade to Tay. But how you shading her when she was the one who was willing to date your broke ass? That's another reason why I don't date men when they at their bottom, because sometimes when they get up, they don't like you and they want revenge. Like, I don't know what that's about. Okay, so this says, what a finale. In true cancer fashion, make me an option. You'll force me to make a decision. I love the both of you, but way to stand up for yourself, Sahara. Bro knows I advise him to stop playing and make you a priority at the getaway. Y'all both deserve a spinoff. So he's talking about Sahara and Cam because it seems like Cisco is kind of besties with Cam. And I told you they were all on a podcast together. So he's saying basically during the getaway, he told Cam to stop treating Sahara like an option and treat her like a priority. So this is Cisco's page. As you can see, he's done a promo ad with Coley. Coley was the light-skinned, skinny girl who was drinking a lot at the beginning of the show. Now he had posted a picture of a girl, and I don't know if he's in a relationship with this girl or not, but it's given he may be in a relationship. This says, all things come to an end. What an experience. I want to thank the network and production for convincing me to stay when I was ready to self-eliminate from day one. If you was ready to self-eliminate from day one, why did you stay on the show? Is it because you were embarrassed because you know you didn't have your shit together? I don't know. He said things turned out a bit goofy, as you will see in the reunion. So when he say things turned out a bit goofy, I wonder does that mean you're not with Tay anymore? Because he did post a woman on his page, but he deleted it. But I'm thankful to the Most High for allowing me to be a part of this, and I will never forget this experience. Also, big shout out to nephew Tommy. Big bro was always there to remind me, noobs don't quit. Okay, so he's a Kappa. So yeah, Kappas, y'all gotta hold this. I don't know, child. But if he is not with Tay, after Tay, you went through all of that for this man, girl, you should have just listened to us.
Go on Facebook, go on Reddit, start reading these comments, and just start getting. Some of them is funny, right?
Yeah.
But then some of them is just like, damn, like you guys, like, are y'all that stupid that y'all only allowing the network and the show to put something out there? Homeless. Oh, he's a homosexual. He's homeless now. I'm not homeless. I live in one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the city. I live.
So now he's saying he's not homeless. He lives in one of the best neighborhoods in the city. My whole thing is that your place or are you renting a room? The world may never know. But I hate when these people get on a reality show and then blame the network and blame the fans. Baby, we only comment off of what we're seeing. Don't blame the fans.
With doctors and lawyers, and I live in Graduate Hospital. Like, do your research before y'all start judging. Like, people love, and I feel like it's our people. We love to attack each other.
Tear it down.
And why is it always black people? This is what I don't like. Y'all mad talking about black people. If this was a white show on a white network, the white people are gonna talk shit. Look at Love Island. If this was a Hispanic reality show on telenovela, a lot of Hispanic folks gonna tear down the villain as well. So stop singling out black people.
Tear us down. Like, you don't see it. You don't see that from any other cultures.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, the black and brown community love to fucking talk so much shit.
This I don't like. Let me go ahead and turn this off. I don't like Cisco. And Tay, this is what you get, because now he got a few roles, and now I guess y'all may not be together. I can't wait to see the reunion because I want to see what's gonna happen. And now it's the black and brown community. You talking about that same black woman that you wanted to support you and hold you down so you could pursue your dreams, but now that you mad, that's what you hate about the black community and the brown community. And why do they act like the white community don't tear each other down? I'm very confused. Let a white Republican meet a white liberal that ain't got their shit together. They gonna tear each other clean on down. Girl, and let's not talk about the white on white crime, but I digress. Anyway, child. So of course Jay ended up with Kiara, but Jay and we gonna talk about the reunion clip. So Jay ended up with Kiara. Then Cam chose Sahara, but Sahara was like, nah, I'm cool on you. I'm cool on you, my nigga. She was like, your bald-headed ass took too long to choose me. And I was right there with her. If you got to choose between me and some other girl, choose her. Especially if it's taking you that long to choose. You got a millisecond to choose me, bitch. I'm a Scorpio. You got to, let's be clear. Because even if it's close and you indecisive, I'm always going to wonder, what was it about her that it was so close between me and her? No, the type of men who like me, I'm light years away from another girl. They just love my ass. Exactly. That's just how it works in my life. So I don't know. So I'm glad Sahara declined Cam and didn't let him continue to play in her face. Yeah, because he thought he was the prize. The whole time he thought he was the prize. And I ain't like that. Exactly. Angie ain't had no man, but I'm sure Angie ain't gonna have no problem finding her a man. Because she seems like she's tons of fun. She's cute. She got her shit together. Anyway, so this was the real tea. First of all, I didn't think nobody had real love at all. At all. And so on the reunion clip that we get, first of all, Jay and Kiara are not sitting close to each other. They sitting kind of far away, and Jay got a stank look on his face. And when I interviewed Kiara, she was kind of alluding like, you got to see what happened. You got to see what happened. Tell me if y'all want me to get some of the cast back on for like a after the reunion recap. So these are my predictions. I don't think Jay and Kiara ended up together. I don't think Tay and Cisco ended up together either. Because it's not like we seen them close together on a reunion or walked in. And I told y'all what I seen on Cisco page, and he said shit ended up goofy. So, and what Tay posted. So I don't think none of them ended up together. I don't think they had any couples that ended up together. Then he talks to Fritz, and allegedly Fritz been talking to somebody from the cast, and he said, yeah, that's my boo, that's Bae. So I wonder who ended up being Bae. If anybody ended up being Bae, I think it was Coley. Because Coley seems kind of superficial industry. So if Fritz talked to anybody on the show, I think Fritz talked to Coley. That's who I think Fritz talked to. And you know, Fritz like exotical girls, and Coley looks kind of exotic. So I think Fritz talked to Coley. Then we seen Rose. Rose was checking these niggas. Baby, Rose came up out of her bag when Rose took those 4 locks down and put that sew-in in. She was about that action. She came back with a vengeance. On the clip, you see Rose going off on Hussein, and Rose like, nigga. She like, I know you didn't. How you go eliminate me and you been incarcerated yourself? I said, what? I was like, child, let me text it. I said, what? Now I'm shocked. Now, Hussein, baby, Hussein is one of my favorite males on the show. But if you've been incarcerated and eliminated that girl because her man was incarcerated, now come on. Because when I asked him about it, he was saying everybody, I think they felt like because Kiara was forthcoming with talking about how her baby daddy was locked up, then Rose should have been forthcoming with talking about how her baby daddy was locked up. But if that's the case, then you should have been forthcoming as well with you being locked up too. So I don't know, child. But she was like, how you gonna get mad at me because somebody I don't even deal with locked up, and you've been incarcerated too. And everybody was like, what you had said? So if Hussein has been locked up before, I wonder, did he tell the other ladies? I wonder, did the other ladies know that Hussein allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because we don't know, was allegedly locked up before? And if he was allegedly locked up, he got out and did his thing. Exactly, because he got his shit together. So shout out to them. Girl, then Rose also went in on Cam, and she was like, do you or do you not have a baby on the way? I said, well, bitch, if Cam got a baby on the way, child, ain't that some shit? And it's crazy because on Cam's Instagram story, he reposted Sahara, and the caption was like, we ain't good, but we still good. And on a little clip from the podcast, I guess it was Cam's birthday, And she was like, yeah, you want to have some birthday sex or something? And she was like, I'm just playing. So you could tell that they're still flirtatious and stuff. But Nachi was going through this whole process, nitpicking with the girlies and the women, and you had a whole baby on the way. Como se llama? Girl, so Rose went in on Cam, and then Angie, you see Angie backstage talking to Cam, and Angie like, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. And Cam like, what I do? Angie is, girl, it's giving, the girlies came back with a vengeance on y'all ass. Angie cursing Cam out, talking about some keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. Rose going off on Cam, talking about, do you have a baby on the way? Rose checking the dog shit out of Hussein, talking about some you incarcerated too. And I'm sorry, if Cisco and Tay not together, Tay, I'm gonna need you to drag him. I need you to drag him one time for the one time, friend. Exactly. And Sahara, I hope you get your lick back with Cam. And like I said, Jay and Kiara for playing in your face like that. I hope Sahara, after you seen that episode back when they was asking Sahara and Jay was sitting there like, and I don't talk, we ain't never been like that. I don't fuck with her. I would have been like, you koala bear, black under eye, gold mask looking at girl, Sahara, you better go off on them. Anyway, tell me what y'all thought about the season finale. I thought it was pretty good. I think the reunion gonna be even better. Tell me if y'all gonna watch Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight. Do y'all want me to keep talking about it? Why is Martell copping please and trying to be cool with Marsau like that? And it's given he was pressed about it too. Exactly. Anyway, also tell me what y'all think about Draya and her young man. Is Draya using her young tender with the multi-million dollars, and is Papoose using Clarissa for clout? Talking about she the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay, exactly. Anyway, I love y'all. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Y'all know I try to reply to all of my comments so I can snickle and giggle while I run my errands. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Love you, friend. Bye.